They are at Chicago, and this race will be presented by our newest sponsor here at the Giggity Racing League, JCR. In the booth with me tonight, I have David Smith, aka Mo Power D Smith.
What's up, y'all? Mo Powell, baby.
Right, yeah, no power. I can't really talk crap on your no power when I'm the one that was 3 laps down last night.
I blew. Of all tires to blow, I blew a left front last night.
Oof.
Exactly.
Hello, Puddin. Thanks for tuning in. You are our one viewer right now, so Thursday nights is apparently a blast. As you see, we have a Fanatec wheel up here. We're getting ready to load in, try to see some racing. Not sure how many drivers were there. I think it was like, what, right around 10? Looks like 9. 9 drivers.
Yeah.
On the pole and in first place right now, Hunty Wild in the 54 car. That is a Mo Power machine, followed by his teammate in the 5. That is that Young Boy? Dirty Boy. Which one of the boys is it? Young Boy?
Young Boy. Young Boy Terrell.
All right, Dirty Boy's the one not around anymore. Hello, Paw Bear. Thanks for tuning in.
This first stage comes out to 22 laps. They get 27 on the fuel run. They don't have the pit.
Somebody has done their research.
Second stage, I'm not too sure about. Third stage, probably.
Here you're seeing the boom vision. This is the rear view mirror vision of the 54 car looking back on the rest of the field. Being as these are on presets, these guys are all pretty well on a even playing field right now until they get to do a pit stop. You know, you get to choose 1 through 9 on a slider, 9 being the loosest, 1 being the tightest. So there's a little bit of variation, but for the most part, these guys are all pretty even out right now until, again, they get to make their first green flag pit stop. Or caution pit stop.
The difference in the front stretch and the back stretch, they were single file on the back stretch, and then they got 3 wide on the front stretch there.
Yeah, Young Boy, who started outside pole in that 5 unsponsored Mo Power machine, he started outside pole, and he's all the way back to 7th place now out of the 9. So unfortunate events for him, but they are single filing out, exactly what the second pack needs to do to be able to catch that 54, your race leader. And this second pack is led by the 08 of Dimebag 77. He's also streaming, FYI, D Smith, if we need a lap count by anybody.
Who was that?
Dimebags? Let me see.
Dimebags, gotcha.
He usually posts it in the Xfinity chat somewhere. Yeah, and sure enough, he did. Are you in that chat?
I'm not.
Okay. Do you have his stream, or do you need me to? I'll add you in there and you can find it.
I can find it. They should be 19 to go right over.
Alright, well, I added you to it. You can check your stream that way. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first night and event being sponsored by a new group called JCR. This is a newly built team of drivers in the NASCAR Heat community. This consists of JCR JWoww, JCR Clashin', and those 2 are the creators, and they're actually looking for drivers to be signing and sponsoring and stuff along the way. And one of our drivers in the race later on, McLovin, is their first signee. So these guys, welcome aboard, and thanks for sponsoring us as we get ready to go into the playoffs here for the Giggity Racing League. Preset Xfinity Series now, but they are sponsoring the whole league in general, so that's pretty cool of them.
Lead change up front, 54, drop back to 4. Dimebag's got the lead away.
With T-Bird, I believe that to be in the 6 car, followed by Delgacho in the 21 2KMS Motorsports machines. But Hunty looks like he's battling and wants to get back up into the fray as he's trying to get to the inside of the 21. Young Boy fighting hard on the outside, just having a hard time making it. These presets, we've seen it last night in the Cup Series. On a preset, it's really, really hard to make that outside lane work. You'll see a little bit different later in the customs, as via the setup in your gear package, you can kind of make it work a little bit better. But here in the presets, definitely hard to make that outside line work without help. And Young Boy's finding that out the hard way right now as he sits back in 7th place.
It looked like he was about to try to cross the 19 over at the time, but he just didn't have the run he needed to be able to do that there. 19 throws a little block. Hunty trying to squeeze it in ahead of him in the 4th. Ooh, 7 got up to the, or no, 21.
21 is Del Gatro.
He's up into the wall, and they're all over him now.
I'm going to start with our leader up front and try to just give you, there's only 9 drivers, so this shouldn't take too long, but I'm going to try to give you a rundown of where they're sitting in points here. Dimebags is on the playoff cut line as he is sitting 10th in points right now. About 9 points behind 9th, trying to make his way up into 8th, but he does not have a win, so he's not locked, so staying in 10th is going to be huge for that driver. We have Del Gatro. He's a little better off. He's got some wins, sitting in 6th right now behind a driver not here of Asterix. So Del Gatro you will be seeing here in 3 weeks going for the championship here in this series. Followed by...
He actually got his first win last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he's got 2 wins on the season. He won one earlier in the season off fuel mileage.
Oh, okay.
And T-Bird sitting in 2nd. He is 2nd in points. This is a huge gap between he and Hunty, as it's like 45 points, but he has shown consistency all season by being here and running in the top 5 week after week. So definitely keep your eyes on that 6 Whataburger machine. Fat Taco Saab. He's fairly new to the series. He's only got 4 races entering tonight. He's only got 81 points, sitting back in 18th in points. But again, being new here, he doesn't have the points, but he's trying to show that he belongs in the series. As I say that, he makes a little bit of contact with the 21 of Del Gatro.
He's front 4 pulling away right now.
WRX Mike, he's sitting 7th in points. Pretty decent gap between he and Del Gatro, but he does not have a big gap over the likes of Dirty Boy or Hazard. However, they're not here, so that gap will expand. Followed by Tollison, looking for him. Sitting 14th in points. Outside looking in, he will not make the race requirements to be eligible to make the playoffs, so Tollison will not be in the playoff event. HT3, aka Trey, he is sitting 3rd in points. That's more of a consistency of showing up every week, finishing in the top 10. Easy to finish in the top 10 when there's only 9 drivers. Hunty Wild, we spoke about it. He is your points leader, sat on the pole here tonight. 3 wins on the season so far, so he's done an amazing job. And I believe this to be the last driver. Young Boy Terrell, 4th in points. 1 win on the season, so he is locked in. But he's only about 1 point behind Trey entering tonight. So tight battle for the top 3 positions. And that's your rundown on points for all the drivers in the field here tonight.
Yeah, the leader in points at the end of the season does get 5 bonus points here into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the only driver that enters the playoffs with points, is the points leader, or the points champion of the regular season. Starts with a 5-point advantage over the remaining competitors.
Yeah, those could come in handy to have in your back pocket there. Might get down to Homestead.
Yeah, this front 4, they've definitely pulled away, but it doesn't really look like they're close enough to necessarily be working together. They're probably in Dimebag's draft and, you know, accordingly working their way back. T-Bird might be losing that right now, but they're definitely not setting blistering pace up there right now. If that backpack would maybe line up, they could probably catch these guys.
They're coming to 8 to go in this stage.
Hey, you heard it there live. 8 to go, stage 1. Who will get the victory? Now, keep in mind there are 4 drivers in that front group, but only 3 drivers receive stage points. So, you know, Hunty probably doesn't need them, but he sure would like to take them from anybody else and lock himself into that Season 5 regular season champion here in the Preset Xfinity Series. He's actually closed in on that 08 of Dimebags. The draft, it was about 3 car lengths. Now it's down to about a half a car. Looking to the outside as they go to down the start-finish line.
He actually caught the wall coming out the corner right there a little bit, but he didn't manage to lose any ground. So.
Now that draft kept him right there. He got right on the tail end of that 08 car in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Drifted up a little high, probably from either they made contact or that draft just got him a little bit tight. He's fallen off about a car length, but expect him to catch right back up here by the time they get to the start-finish line.
Yeah, with WRX Mike right there on his tail, he's not going to get too far away from the leaders with the draft. Chicagoland's a big draft. It's real draft dependent. If you lose the draft, you might as well just start taking laps away in your head.
Like the 6 car has here, T-Bird has lost the front 3. He's just hoping that he can stay in this position without that backpack catching him, so he can hold confidently on to 4th place as they enter stage 2. And it looks like he's going to be able to, because this pack of 4, Fat Taco, HT3, Young Boy, and Del Gatro, they're racing pretty hard for 5th place realistically. You know, they really need to just hook up, but they're not doing that. And at the same time, Tollison has lost the whole field as he's got no draft whatsoever.
They'll be coming to 4 to go this time by for the first stage.
Oh, contact between the 11 and the 5-5 up into the wall. Delgatro passes both of them and catches the wall himself on the exit. This is going to do nothing but let the 19 get ahead of that second pack. And so he's looking good for 5th place now, as with those guys still racing, realistically, he's just going to hold his line and hit his marks. 4 to go here in stage 1.
Up front, it was side by side for a second for the leaders. Hunter was looking below Dimebags for a second, but he pulled right back in behind him. I think he wanted to avoid first and third getting a draft together there, and just him losing the spot after that.
Yeah, I really don't see any point in these guys racing too hard right now. All 3 of these guys pretty solidly points-wise in their respective positions, not gaining or losing a whole lot. You're already in the stage point positions. Nobody can challenge that. I'd almost be happy just finishing 1, 2, 3, make sure I don't wreck or get damage here as the closing laps. I believe that put us at 3 laps to go right now.
2 to go next time back.
Creed out there, thanks for tuning in. Wide Open, Paw Bear, Extreme Dirt Racing, thank you guys for tuning in. We have 13 live viewers, 9 cars on the track. Guys, who are your picks to win here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the preset Xfinity Series? And good talk.
Oh, you were asking me? I thought you were asking me.
I was asking them, but you were supposed to answer too. But hey, it is what it is.
Right now, these top 3, I mean, they look like the cars to beat right now. Dimebags, Hunting, and WRX Mike. They've managed to really separate themselves from the rest of the field so far. And it'll be white flag for stage 10 by this time.
Rick Robb out there, thanks for tuning in. I don't think I've ever seen that name in our YouTube.
Alright, these 3 have separated themselves enough if they wanted to battle it out for these stage points right here.
Yeah, they just got to be clean. Yeah, you got to be clean. You got to make sure that you're not battling so hard. You know, if you're Dimebags, you can't be blocking too hard where you might get spun out or something like that. As we say that, Hunty's looking to the inside of the 08 now. A little bit of contact made. Hunty catches the apron. Here comes WRX Mike in the 7. He's trying to get into 2nd place as they come to, this is the white flag?
Nope, this is for the stage right here.
So Dimebags wins stage 1, followed by WRX Mike, Hunty Wild in 3rd.
On the backstretch, Hunting looked like he was swatting flies a little bit there. I don't know if he wanted to try to pass him on the inside or outside. He chose the inside, but Dimebag was ready for the move. T-Bird got 4th, Fat Taco got 5th, Delgatro 6th, Young Boy 7th, Trey got 8th, and Tolson got 9th, just to round out the order.
And nobody got 10th.
Not a very big order.
Yeah, nobody got 10th as we didn't have that many drivers here. You know, and that usually happens here in NASCAR heat games when you've lost the ability to make the playoffs. People tend to stop showing up as they're like, basically, what's the point of it? That's unfortunate. We started with 21 drivers here in this series. While we're between stage break, I want to give a quick reminder. JCR is our sponsor here at Giggity Racing League. They're a newly built team of NASCAR heat community drivers. JCR JWoww, JCR Clashing, creators of this team, and they have signed a driver, McLovin Racing, to join them in their crusades to being noticed here in the NASCAR community. So thank you to the JCR and everything you guys are doing here for the Giggity Racing League. Back to racing.
The 17, the 7 cars pit crew got him off pit road a little bit quicker there than the 08. Hunty's looking at the pounce already.
Yeah, we're already seeing a little bit further back in the pack behind that 19 of Fat Taco. You're seeing a lot of side-by-side between Young Boy and T-Bird, and you definitely want to get as much position as you can here on the restarts, but you don't want to do it so bad that you're going to cost yourselves and lose the leaders again like we've seen in stage 1. This being a shorter stage, you can make up a lot of ground and set yourself for stage 3, as Fat Taco is doing just that, looking to the inside of the 7 car for 2nd after running in the back most of stage 1.
Yeah, this stage is 20 laps instead of 22. The stage break took out 2 of the laps as they're under a blanket behind the 54 right now. He's loving what he's doing behind him. Sure.
Yeah, definitely the 54 wants to see the 19 and the 7 stay side by side, maybe even add the 5 back there and get them 3 wide. The more racing that goes on for second, the more the 54 will be able to just pull away and lock himself here as a stage 2 victor, as we see contact between the 21 and the 22 car.
It was 3 wide there for a second, it looked like, but they kept it clean and sorted it out before getting into turn 3. It seemed to file through the corner. Mostly single file in the front.
Yeah, something I'm not really seeing these teammates, you know, I just seen the 21 and the 6. They were battling hard for position, but their teammates, you know. The 22 does not have a teammate. The 5, he should be up there working with the 54. And is the 19 a Mo Power car, do you know?
The 19 is not.
Okay, so you would assume to see the 5 and the 54 trying to work together as they are teammates, but Hunty is, I mean, he's out front, you know, there's not much work you can do, but now that the 5 is looking into 3rd place, maybe he can work with the 19, get up there, and, you know, just stick to the rear bumper of the 54, but so far to this point, I'm not seeing teammates working well together.
Dimebag's first stage winner got into the wall there, he dropped back to 9th now. As Hunty's got a little gap on second here so far. Last lap, the 19 had a little run going into turn 1 on the 54, but he caught the apron and caught up the track a little bit. That's a big thing you got to worry about here at Chicago, is catching the white line.
Yeah, Delgacho just did it as you were speaking about it. He was looking to the inside of the 5. A young boy caught the apron, and now the 22 and the 7 both trying to put him, make him lose some positions, but luckily he's able to hold the bottom. Out there on YouTube, Rick Rob asked if we run custom setups here at Giggity Racing League. Yes, we do. The way that Season 5 works, for all series, we run preset for the Xfinity prior, and then we run the custom setup about 15 minutes after, and that works for all of our series, including the trucks, the Cup series, as well as Developmental.
Alright, if they want to have anything before the speaking forward here in stage 2, they're going to want to get up to the 19 and just push them up there to him. But the way they're racing further on back,
they're acting like it's stage 3. Yeah, I mean, they're
yeah.
The racing is ridiculous right now. Out there on YouTube, Rubbinum says seeing the orange number 6 running towards the back of the pack reminds him of Puddin being in the race. That's unfortunate, but pretty accurate. Ooh, big contact back here. 4 wide between the 7, the 08, and the 11, as well as the 22. They've sorted it out. Seems to be clean. Still side by side. But again, these 4 just lost all the rest of the field, and staying side by side, they're losing them more and more right now. And that's your stage 1 first and second place finishers in the 7 and the 08.
22 had a good run on the 11 right there, but I think right in the corner, he got right on his bumper, and he might have made contact a little bit slow with momentum, but they just took 11 to go right on the stage that time by.
Yeah, something we spoke about, or I spoke about earlier, teammates not helping each other. The 6 and the 21, the 6 was right on the rear end of that 21 and could have easily just stayed with him, pushed him around the track and gained a lot of ground. The 6 got below the 21. Now the 21 with a crossover trying to get below the 6, and I just don't understand. Both of those drivers currently sitting in 4th and 5th are outside of the stage point position, so I just don't understand. You really got to work together here and catch that 5 car to even have a possibility of getting some points here in this stage.
Yeah, track position is not that big of a factor right now because stage 3 is a long stage. But I mean, as long as their racing is clean, I don't see why not. Let them battle it out right now.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. You know, racing is always, that's what makes the game. If you're not going to race somebody, what's the point of having a racing game? But at the same time, you know, when you're in a league and you're running for points, like I said, you know, you got to know where the points positions are. And they're at what? They're coming to 8 to go. So you got to know you don't have a whole lot of laps left to be able to get up into those points paying positions. Although it looks like it may have been the smartest move because that 6 is much faster than the 21, as he is now all but caught up to that 5 car by himself.
It'll be 9 to go right here this time about. Do you think they'll have enough time in these 9 laps to get up to the 54?
No, absolutely not. I don't see enough time to catch the 54. That 54 of all cars seems to be the dominant, and he's just by himself setting a blistering speed for for what one car can do. You know, 3-4 cars probably go a little faster, but he's got a pretty good gap over second, third, fourth, and fifth right now.
Clean air is a big factor, believe it or not, on this game. I mean, if you can get enough cars to hook up and carry enough speed, you can run them down, but you get out front, there's enough gap between you and the next car, it's hard to run them down, especially at a 1 lane, mile-and-a-half track like Chicago Land. Which will be a parking lot next year, I believe.
Which one?
Chicago Land.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically Alex Bowman just needs to stop winning, because wherever he wins, they decide to destroy the track.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, this is a good battle here for second, third, fourth, and fifth. The young boy Terrell is trying to hold off the likes of the 6 car and the 21, the 2 KMS machines. Not sure.
5 years this time.
Is the 19 possibly a Canuck car? I have no idea.
I don't either, honestly. I mean, we should know, but we don't. It's really unfortunate.
There's a lot of cars in this league to be able to know exactly who each and every one of the drivers race for. Just throwing that out there.
There are 6 total series altogether, and numbers overlap. I know Monday nights I'll be struggling sometimes. I'll call out one driver's name that's not even in that race. They'll be in either the race before or the next race afterwards. Yeah,
that part gets a little confusing too, with the preset being just before the customs. That's why next season, again, season 6, we won't be doing it this way. Preset and customs will have their own night, as preset Xfinity will be moving to Monday. Custom Xfinity will be running on Tuesdays. Preset Cup will still be on Wednesdays, but they're going to be by themselves now on Wednesday, as Custom Cup is going to be moving to Thursday nights.
Battle for fourth's trying to heat up between the 2 KMS cars.
I will have to agree with you out there, Rick Rob 127. 54 did make a good pit stop adjustment, because he was, you know, yeah, he was fast before in stage 1, but now that he's got some pit stops and made a tire pressure adjustments, stuff like that, I mean, he's just taking off. I don't see anybody touching him right now. Somebody's going to have to make a big adjustment here at the end of stage 2.
Maybe 2 to go next time off. Need to watch these 4 cars right here, second, third, fourth, and fifth, as I mean, only up to third get stage points, and they can be big.
Basically, T-Bird is doing everything he can to try to get third, 5%, get around that 5%.
Take that of your mic's messing up, man. Much better, much better.
Ooh, sorry about that. As T-Bird going to the outside of the 5 car right now. The 5's doing a really good job not getting nervous or flipping out, you know, about that. He's holding his line pretty steady, and so Young Boy doing a great job here in that black, unsponsored number 5 machine.
But this lap will decide stage 2, and who gets those ever-precious stage points. We know Hunty's going to get 3 unless he
smashes the wall, yeah. As long as his tires stay on the car, 54 will win the stage. Looks like the 19 is going to get second, but who's going to get third? The 5 dives it in hard, trying to get position on the 19, drifts up the track. The 6 trying to look to the bottom, not going to get there in time. Fat Taco will get second, and Young Boy will get third.
The 54 decided to take it through the grass for the heck of it there at the end.
He just got loose. He just got loose. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Old Hunty. If we had him as an in-race reporter, that's always entertaining. Every once in a while you hear and if something happens, 54 laps for the last stage, so they'll have to split it in half pretty much, hitting. Yeah, they get 28 laps on a run. They need to go at least 27 to be able to make it. So tires are going to really play a factor here.
Yeah, definitely. Chicago is known for wearing the tires. I did see, especially on the custom side, earlier, a few of the KMS guys were practicing, and they were telling me that the left sides were actually wearing more than the rights. So that's going to take a lot of the two-tire stops that we've seen throughout the Custom Cup last night. Take that and throw it out the window. If your left sides are the bad tires, you definitely can't just take two rights, because 704 Games did an amazing job by not allowing you to take left sides only. 19 of Fat Taco goes to the inside of the 54. Here comes T-Bird on the inside as well. Can't tell if that was contact made or not, but new leader, the 19 of Fat Taco. Delgacho now to the inside. 54 is losing many positions here.
We're restarting on the outside of that front row. Hurt.
T-Bird looking inside of the 19 now. This is for your race lead. T-Bird and an orange number 6 that you don't see up front very often, especially on the custom side. T-Bird is your race leader here in the Xfinity Series.
Well, behind T-Bird though, it's a battle. It's 3 wide for this place, it looks like.
I can't tell, but it seems to be every now and then that 6 has quick little lag spikes. I don't know if that's him. Ooh, 19 makes contact with the 5 drifting up the track. So does the 19. Here comes Hunty. He's trying to get back into this battle for the first place.
I thought he was going to split the middle between the 19 and the 5 right there for a second.
I really thought he was going to, and, you know, Hunty's really well knowledged about this game. He knows that he cannot spend a lot of time side by side with the likes of the 19 and the 5 if he wants to have an opportunity to catch that 6. He used it to his advantage earlier as he was the one pulling away, but now he wants to do the exact opposite of what they did before, and he wants to minimize that side-by-side racing.
He's looking below the 19. He's going to make the pass more than likely, unless the 5 decides to go with the 19 through the corner. He's going to pinch him up the track. Get the run going down on the bottom, keep it off the apron.
Now that is a benefit for Hunty there, having the 5 car. That is his teammate, so if they work together, they can get by this 19 pretty quick. The 5 needs to stay behind the 54 though, not keep drifting up behind the 19 on the straightaways, and that should let them get ahead. But no, the 19 breaks in between them. Oh no, sorry, he holds them off as he's now sitting in P2 himself.
They might line up and try to run down the 6 car before they start battling out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the smart move. Yeah, definitely. You said this is 54 lap stage, is that correct? Yeah.
Yep.
How many?
Coming to 48 to go right now.
How many laps of fuel did they get?
28. So they got to go at least 27 if they want to split it in half.
Okay, so Rick Rob out there said that this is where it becomes a save fuel and tires. You may need to save your tires to make it the full fuel run, but it should be a one-stop race for everyone, depending on cautions. Little contact between the 5 and the 19 there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like the 5 caught the edge of the grass a little bit, and when he got back on the pavement, it got a little loose, but he managed to keep all 4 under him. They're trying to line up to catch the 6 car right now.
Yeah, with a little bit of racing they've done, that has allowed WRX Mike and Delgacho to actually catch that 3, and not far behind them is the whole rest of the field.
And Dimebag is working his way back up. Winter stage 1 didn't get a great. I think he finished last there, stage 2. He's running 7th right now. Oh. Special guest joining us, but
Who was that?
it just said couldn't join the party.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
My phone died.
21
I
got
can't watch the broadcast. How many laps?
There's about...
What stage?
The third stage, about 46 to go.
That's perfect. Sorry to interrupt. Have a good night.
Even though you're whispering, everyone can hear you.
Yeah, that's how you get fired. And that was our eventful couple minutes with Puddin', whose phone apparently died. And so since he can't watch the broadcast, he figured he would join the broadcast.
They have caught up with the 6 car up front.
Yeah, 54.
Trying to find a way by now.
All over the rear end of the 6 Whataburger machine. Here comes the Twix. Ooh, big contact in the back. 21's wrecking, the 11's wrecking, the 22's wrecking. Actually, I believe the 11 made that through. I don't see a caution for that, though.
No caution. Wow.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Those guys, the issue now, they're going to all have to pit to repair the damage that they just got on their car, probably lose a lap, and they're going to have to pit again for fuel and tires. They were unable to make it to that halfway stage point, so that's unfortunate.
So these top 4 and then those next 2 about half a straightaway back might be the only one, unless we get a caution here to group them back up.
I mean, if that wreck's not going to bring out a caution, with the amount of drivers in each pack right now, I don't see a caution happening this race. I expect it to go green from here on out.
But remember the Custom Cup Michigan race, that caution with 2 to go? I really have no idea why it even come out. Ooh, 54 looking to go below T-Bird. He throws a block, but... Oh. He won. 54 made sure he knew he was there on bottom after throwing a block, which I don't blame him. He had the line there. He pushed the 6 up the track a little bit. The 5's going to follow him through, I believe.
Yeah, what the 6 needs to do is, just get in behind that 5 right now. Try to keep in the draft, and you might actually take one of your competitors out right now with the 19 losing the draft right now. If these 3 can stay nose to tail, you might take the 19 out of the contention of winning this. At the same time, that might make it that much harder for the 6 to get the win, as he would be going off against 2 Power Motorsports drivers.
I don't think they wanted to see the 54 get out front and start pulling away like he did in the second stage.
Yeah, anybody that wanted to see the 54 in the lead right now, raise your hand. And that was 0 people raising their hand. So this is unfortunate for the rest of the drivers, as the 54 seems to have the dominant car here tonight.
Luckily, as a broadcaster, I am unbiased tonight. Or outside, I had both hands raised for first and second.
I was trying to go as quick as I could, so nobody had time to raise a hand.
Alright, they got about 14 laps till they're gonna have to pit here if they want to make it on one stop.
Real quick, for the 3rd and final time here in this race, I want to give you a quick rundown on our sponsors here tonight. JCR, newly built NASCAR Heat Team, JWoww, Clashin'. They created it and signed McLovin. They are the sponsor here for this league now, as they are sponsoring our preset Xfinity series. Thank you guys, and thanks to all the viewers for tuning in. Wanted to get that out of the way before we get too close to the pit stop, so we can try to keep you up here with all the action here in the Giggity Racing League. Back to you, D.
Yeah. They're starting to... It looked like... Did somebody just come up the pit road? The 21?
Yeah, Delgatro, after all that damage he had in his incident earlier.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be hoping for caution and get the lucky dog there for the end of the race, obviously. If you have to take 2 stops to make it to the end, you're not going to have a great time. But up front, the 5 and 54 starting to pull away a little bit. The 6 and the 19 falling back just a little bit. Delgato with the new tires might fly by these 4 cars, honestly, but really depends on where and when he catches these guys. Ooh, 19 and the 6 swatting flies together, swapping lanes, it looked like. I mean the 21 and the 6, I'm sorry. I can't see.
Yeah, the 21 losing, he's a lap down after all that damage in the pit stop that he had. This actually plays into T-Bird's benefit here, as he's got the fresh tires and he's chosen not to try to go around the 6. He's pushing him, using that 4 fresh tire and the speed to try to get the 6 back up to those top 2. So definitely finally seeing some teamwork here out of the KMS machines, so that's good for T-Bird. The last thing the 54 and 5 wanted to see, but man, the last thing anyone wanted to see yet again is that 54 car out in front.
Now, if you're at the 21 and 6, I'd rather, if I were them, I'd rather it be swapped in the 21 with the pressure cars, pull the 6 up there maybe.
Well, it's really hard to do that, because when you're doing that, the car in front with the fresh tires, they don't know necessarily the pace that they have to keep at in order to keep the car behind them with their draft, as well as they can drive into the corners a lot harder having fresh tires, so sometimes
a good bump right there to get up to the 5 and the 54.
Yeah, sometimes the best thing you can do, Yeah, definitely sometimes best thing you can do is let the slower car in front and push them down the straightaways, let them have their room and run their line in the corners, but then give them the speed on the straightaways.
These top 4 or top 3 under a blanket now with Delgado, who is, I believe, in ninth right now. They're under blanket though up front. And the 5 looking to the outside of 54, just a hair. He tucks it back in. I think he's just trying to arc his corner right and get the run. Maybe to go by his teammate here.
Man, that's going to be the last thing they want to get doing if they get side by side. The 6 is still falling off from them right now. Looks like he's in the draft, but just barely. Even with those 4 fresh tires, the Delgado pushing him now. Those 4 fresh tires are only going to last so long while pushing that 6 car. Eventually, his tires are going to wear off, and they're going to be on an even playing field. But the 5 and the 54 side by side here, Young Boy is looking for the lead on the inside of his teammate. That's going to allow the 6 to definitely catch up to these guys. Hunty drifts up a little bit high, gives the room, is going to fall back in line behind his teammate of Young Boy. As the 21 now, he looked to the inside of the 6, thought better of it, and falls back in line. That might have been a lag spike right there, but the 54 falls well off the 5.
I think the 5 might have lagged back into the 54 there, but they'll be coming to 32 laps to go this time by. They cannot make it yet if he decides to pit. They need to go at least 4 or 5 more laps. That's all they're going to get out of the run too, so.
Well, that's a blast from the past. In the YouTube land, we have a little man out there. Thanks for tuning in, Bobby Lee Marshall. And his nickname is not just Little Man because he's tall and thinks he's funny. He's actually that's short, so he went with Little Man. Right, the 6 underneath the 54 looking for second. Delgado still pushing him. They have been able to separate the Mo Power Motorsport. Sorry about the no power there.
No, you're not, but it's okay.
Nah, maybe it was intentional.
I'll let it slide this time. But 54 hasn't gone anywhere though. He's right there with these next 3 cars. Honestly, this week in the NRG camp, a little brouhaha between teammates, the 5 and the 54. They haven't been getting along on the track here the past few weeks. Much like another situation we saw in the Preset Cup Series with Team NOCO drivers.
Oh, what do you mean? All teammates love each other in all teams.
Exactly, but...
Also, what I just said is 100% fake news. You could find that information on CNN.
19 is back there just riding style, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, the 19 can make up a lot of time. Another positive for him right now. So when you have 4 cars, 6 to the lead. Yeah, a little bit of contact, but the 6 is going for the lead now. Hunty trying to get on the inside of that 21 car. Pit stops are looming right around the corner. And these 4 cars here, well, the 21 shouldn't be pitting, but the other 3 cars that are battling for position, when they go to pit, they have to be very aware of each other and make sure to not get contact and get caught speeding on pit road. Whereas the 19, who's looming a little bit further back, he can actually drive in a little bit harder, get slowed down, and not have to worry about anybody in front of or behind him affecting that. So he may actually be able to make up quite a bit of ground as they go into pit road here soon.
Look at them signaling right here. They're going to be coming down this time by. The 21 definitely pushed the 6 to the lead. After coming out his early pit stop. The 5's going to go on by, go 1 more lap. Ooh, they made it on pit road fairly clean.
Now I got the 6 and the 21, both went down into the inside wall. 54 did make it onto pit road pretty good though. 22 has joined them on pit road.
Hopefully no one blew a tire like I did last night getting on pit road, but we don't want to talk about that. So the 5's going to stay out at least 1 more lap. Yep, he's bringing it down this time, I believe. Oh, he's got to get it woed down pretty quick.
The 19 has decided to pit with the 5, and you just seen it there on the screen. That 19 gained a lot of ground on the 5 car as they entered pit road. Delgado and Puddin still on pit road. Not Puddin, sorry, that's Seabird. Hunty gets in between them exiting pit road this time. 54 should be in second when this cycles around.
7-11 also bringing it down. Oh, the 6 has got a decent size gap in that 4 car coming out pit road. Now it's going to be interesting to see where they cycle out ahead of this, around this 5 car when he's coming out here.
They should end up in front of them simply because they're going to have that last lap that young boy stayed out. He's going to have old tires and a slower time compared to these guys with the fresh tires with a much faster time. As I'm going to try to hop on with T-Bird. He's gone around the 19 now. He's about to catch the 5. The 5 not yet up to speed. And he does look like he's going to take the lead on the outside and still hold a pretty good gap. But it looked like the 19 passed Hunty out of that.
Hunty just got back up.
Okay, so the 54 and the 19, they're still running 1, 2, 3, 4. But
the 6, the 5, the 54, and the 19.
So you're seeing the gap here. Let's go to Boom Vision real quick. That is the gap from first to fourth, and the car that you're seeing in fourth is actually the 21 of Delgatro. He is a lap down after contact earlier in this stage.
And he actually brought it down again with the leaders.
I think that was simply to help his teammate. He knew kind of his chances are gone, as well as, you know, the other positive, when you're a lap down, you want to stay in the draft with these leaders, because if a caution does come out, he would be the lucky dog if it were to come.
That is true, but I mean, we didn't see a caution after the incident that made him go a lap down earlier.
And we're not really seeing a lot of close racing, so I don't expect to see the caution, but there is the slight possibility. The 11 and the 7, that's Trey and WRX Mike. They're racing pretty battled back here. That is the Mouth of the South Trey with the announcing end. Very loud broadcaster. I'm sure you guys have heard him. Very good job, though. And we have the Mouth of the Chats, WRX Mike in that 7 car. Gotta love him. He keeps the chat eventful on a week-to-week basis there in the Xfinity Series chat.
It looked like the 6 let the 5 go by there. He knew he had one lap pressure tires. The Dimebag is he is a lap down, never mind. I thought he might have been.
Oh, he comes right back on the track though, in front of the 21 and the 19. The 6 just doesn't seem to have the single car speed. He does a pretty good job when he's in the draft, but by himself, I don't think that the 6 car has the car to win this race. I could be wrong. The draft may keep him there. We'll have to find out here in about, what, 24 laps?
Ooh, the 21, the 8, the 08, made a little contact there. It'll be, yeah, about 20 to go this time around.
Yeah, the 21 and the 08, via the chat that I've read, they're not very happy with each other at this point in time either. And it looks like the 21's coming back to pit road.
So what I say about that?
Well, you called out the contact between the 21 and the 08. I guess there's a slight possibility that there was some damage caused, or maybe he's... yeah, or maybe he believes he can't do anything to help the 6 because he's too far back. Maybe he's going to try to pit and do as he did earlier. I'm not really sure, but I know that he's destroying his own race at this point in time.
These top 3, they're evenly spaced out, but I think that gap might close up here.
I think the 54 is going to catch the 6 for sure, and then when he does, the 2 of them should both, if they work together, should be able to catch the 5.
Might have a battle brewing here for the end of this race.
22 viewers out in YouTube land. Thank you guys all for tuning in. One of those being Country Caliber. I'd like to say good to see you out there, but anytime I see you, it's never a good thing. Just kidding out there. Thanks to all 22 viewers.
That's a good little live number right there, 22.
Yeah, that's a really good live number. That's actually, so another positive here about that JCR group. They actually said that with the sponsorship, you know, we put their name out there, and they're actually going to be helping us with getting our name out there, as they're going to start posting on a bunch of social media streams and stuff like that with our stream, just to get, you know, some more viewers and stuff along the lines.
I like to do it.
Fat Taco out here. Oh.
54's caught the 6. Now they should be able to run down the 5 car here in just a second.
Yeah, and just like I had said, look, if you look right in front of these leaders, the 21 is about to go another lap down. There's no way that he's actually about to go a lap down via speed. The 5 should not be that much faster than him, as he just pit and has the freshest tires of anyone on the track. but he's also running the high side. Looks like either he's waiting for someone, or he is going to let the 54 and the 6 go by and then try to work with the 6. I really don't know how I feel about that. If it just happens to be that you had to pit and it works out that way, that's one thing. But to intentionally pit, cost yourself on the race, and then be battling up here with the top 3, I don't know if I'm a fan of that, basically changing the outcome of the race.
Well, the 6 cat was giving the 54 a shove through that corner after he got by. Now, three cars.
We've seen what the 21 could do by pushing the 6 earlier. If the 6 was thinking here about the win, not trying to get second, he would follow the 54, let the 21 push both cars, and they should be able to catch the leaders in no time, or the leader in no time. But soon, very close behind these guys, we have the 08 of Dimebags and the 19 of Fat Taco working together as well. So if this pack gets racy, it could become a 5-car pack.
Yeah, it's getting down to 15 to go, I believe. Right now.
Tight battling here in the preset Xfinity Series race for the Giggity Racing League. I'm trying to think.
All 9 cars are still on the track. Nobody has quit or flagged out so far.
Yeah, I'm looking throughout the field, and other than Trey, I see no past champions in the field, and Trey was not an Xfinity Series champion. He is a past Truck Series champion here in the Giggity Racing League. So he is sitting in the top 3, but the likeliness of a new champion this year is very high, as Trey struggled to be one of the top 5 contenders on a week-to-week basis. But showing up every week and finishing the races on the lead lap will definitely help improve your rankings.
13 to go this time.
Yeah, and I don't see anybody catching that 5 car unless, the 54 is fast, but the 6 is unable to just get right behind him and push him. I don't know what it is about that 6. Maybe on pit road, we've seen him hit the inside wall trying to get onto pit road. Maybe he's got some damage that he chose not to fix. I can't tell. But the 08 of Dimebags has passed the 19 now, and he is caught up to this pack like it's nothing. But he is a lap down. He's 2 laps down.
Yeah. The 54. The 5 does have 1 lap fresher tires than the 54 and the 6. That may be playing a huge factor in holding them such a big gap. Ooh!
08 gets into the side of the 21.
Yeah. That was.
Those two are not happy with each other, as I expressed. They have kind of said a few words under their pit stops in the Xfinity Series chat that we have on our Facebook. But 21 into the wall. Didn't look like the 08 gave him a whole lot of room to come up off the corner. That's unfortunate.
It didn't really affect the leaders, though. So.
I mean, that's racing. If you're mad at somebody, you show them that you're mad. I didn't see an intentional wreck. He didn't just drop down and destroy him. He just showed his unpleasantry. And he is still, he's trying to get up there and get back on some laps here. Just hopefully he races the other 3 drivers that are for racing for the win with some respect.
Yeah, now you don't want to see it carry on for too long from this one.
No, because the last thing you want to see, especially for one of these top 3s, the 08 and the 21, make contact or caution come out or something like that, and the whole field have another opportunity here as we see the 21 and the 08 again. The 21 has destroyed the 08. That's unfortunate.
And that was that 10 to go right there. No caution for now. Yeah, we're staying green. That is 10 to go right there. Temper's boiling over for the playoffs. 2 weeks before the playoffs. 6 looking below the 54. This is probably a race for second now. Oh, and the 6 just got into the 54, sent him up the track a little bit. That was probably a race miss, honestly. Ooh. That lets the 19 get to the 54 and by. Good calamity here closing Last stage right here coming down. Should be. We're under 10 to go here. So it looks like it's the 5's race to lose at this point with the 6 and second.
I guess I missed it. I was dealing with a few things there. What happened to the 54?
The 54 and 60 made contact in the corner.
I'm sure it's on the stream because I had it on the 54 car, so I know it was on the stream. Just wasn't sure what had happened.
It looked, to me, it looked like racing contact. But we have seen the 6 make some aggressive moves, but here at the end of the race, you gotta do what you can to get by sometimes, but I think we're taking 5 to go now. Oh, and is this the 08 waiting on the apron at the bottom of the track?
That would be a horrid idea. Maybe he was just coming off pit road or something. Let me scroll through, see if I can find him. And he's on the backstretch. I don't know as if that would be coming off pit road. Looks like he's just going to park his 08 machine.
Down to 5 to go at least. It looks like the 5's going to have this race in hand unless the caution were to come out or something along those lines. But the battle now is for 3rd. It looks like it's 54's trying to make a move under the 19.
The leader just went by the 5 car. I mean, the 5 just went by the 08. Still waiting to see what the 08 is doing. He let 6 and the 21 go. I'm not sure what he's doing. Interesting. But yeah, the battle for 3rd, 54, 19 make a little bit of contact. 19 going down onto the apron. Saves the car, loses a lot of ground, catches the outside wall. Back to the inside onto the apron right in front of the 08. The 08 back up to speed going. I don't know why the 08 did that slow lap, but the 19 now has fallen to 4th after that. Just looked like a racing incident. Looked like 54 was trying to pinch the 19, and on exit the 19 kind of came up a little. I don't feel like that was any intentions whatsoever.
No, I don't believe so either.
And I say that it wasn't the corner, it was down through that apron. You know, something that a lot of people have to keep in mind, that as a driver, if you go below that white line on the front stretch, that is the apron. If you go down there and a driver stays above the white line, they do not have to let you back up. You would have to force your way back up. That is like a common courtesy that people do let you back up, but it is not mandatory for the driver on the track to allow you back up on there.
I think we're taking in 2 to go right here. Yeah, I think maybe 2 to go. Coming to the white flag this time. Or I'm not sure. I can't really do the math on the 08 stream. I think they're coming to the white flag now. 5 has pretty much got this race in hand.
I'm gonna scroll through with him, and we will get a last lap around with him. This is the last lap for sure, yeah?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Okay.
Yep, it is the last lap.
Rolling around on the backstretch, entering turn 3 and 4, your leader, young boy Terrell, on the JCR 1 to go, looking for, I believe this to be his 3rd victory of the season. He's coming off 4, and he will be your victor here in the preset Xfinity Series at Chicagoland. Congratulations to he and the whole Mo Power Motorsports team.
The 6. I don't know if you got on the stream, but the 6 just sent it into the wall at the line for 2nd. Hunty will get 3rd. The 19 does come across for 4th. that was interesting there.
Ah, man, that stinks. I missed that one.
I think he knew that he had 2nd in hand and just wanted to have a little fun at the line, which I don't blame. But it looked hilarious from there.
Dang it.
He gets back to the lobby quick after this race.
Yeah, that was quick, actually. Let's see who had the fastest lap here, and then we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast.
I wish I could have got a rundown of the 19 with the fastest lap.
Well, that's interesting.
Young boy, second fastest. The 21 with third fastest, 54 with the fourth. And people are starting to drop out now. That was an interesting race from.
Yeah, it was really a good one. You know, of course, penalties have taken place here. We've seen a few events out there that we don't condone and won't be accepted. Other than that, that's going to be the end of this race. Congratulations to young boy Terrell, T-Bird, and Hunty Wild on their top 3 finishes. Stay tuned. Here in about 15 to 20 minutes, we will be having the Custom Series race. Same track, just customs. A lot of the cars are even going to look the same. So stay tuned, and we'll see you here shortly. Need to push the end, bro.